Hi there, I'm Maureen, a workflow and automation specialist and a project manager. So in this video, I would walk you through a custom project management system that I built inside Monday.com. So the goal of this setup was to help a team manage multiple projects at once, track various sub tasks and sub activities, and also automate progress updates, all without overwhelming the team. So, what problem we were solving for the clients was that the clients were managing several jobs, a lot of construction projects simultaneously, and each job actually had multiple recurring phases like survey, construction, and also handover, and their team needed real-time visibility across all projects without jumping between boards. And they also wanted automation, so updates can flow automatically into one master view. So I designed a streamlined, scalable, and a structured workflow using three core layers. The first one was the system overview. In the system overview, you'll find the projects, the sub-projects, and also the workflow. So here in the project workflow, which is actually a template that can be replicated for other projects that they would be running simultaneously. We have the job setup, and the job setup actually has several subtasks under it. As you can see, all of these are the team workflow. So these are the subtasks that the team needs to execute before this particular task can be marked as completed. Now the system does that automatically. When a task is marked completed, then it's going to turn on the next sub item to work in on it. So in this board, I actually have owners assigned. Their roles and job titles are here as well. We have the project manager, the project coordinator, the field supervisor. Everyone is assigned their different tasks. And also the status here, we have in progress, not started, completed, stock, and a lot. Now you can see the start date, the due date here. You can also see the priority so that we are able to know what tax needs to be prioritized over the others. And then there are also dependencies. For the dependencies, you know what tax depends on the order to be completed. For example, in the sub items here, we have a couple of dependencies. Accepting job is one of it. Checking work and purchase orders is another dependency that needs to be completed before the next task can commence. And we also have the second task, preparing project pack. This is another task in the workflow. And then the next section that we have is the project delivery. Now, this project delivery is the second stage after the project setup has been completed, and it also has dependencies and the assigned owners, the roles and job titles, just similar to the first phase. And again, this board actually mirrors another board, which is called the sub project template. So this sub project template contains all of the sub projects that would be running concurrently. So when I click on this sub project A, this is an individual project, an individual sub project. Now, when I click here, it's going to let me view what we have in the sub project. So sub project A can be bridge construction, sub project B can be something else, and sub project C can be something else. So now all of these are individual projects on their own, and then all of these are interlinked and mirroring different boards. And here you can also see the progress. So if it is completed, if a project is marked as completed, the status is completed like this one is, you're going to see the progress here marked as 100%. So I also included formulas in this build in this setup rather. So I also included formulas. And if the status of a project is not started, you're going to also see it there in the progress bar. If it is in progress, you're also going to see that in the progress. So I also mirrored the project workflow template. So if you click here, it's going to take you directly to the workflow template. Again, you'll just be able to jump in there without searching to and fro for it. And then I also did set up different views for this workflow setup. You can view it in the tags view. That is the chart view, the table view, the Gantt for project management teams. You can see the Gantt view of this board. The Kanban is also there, and yeah, this is the Kanban view, and then the calendar view. And one other thing that I did was to set up a dashboard for a high level dashboard for the CEO to be able to view what is happening without going into the different boards. So here in this dashboard, you'll see what project is how many projects have been completed, what project is in progress, what tasks are overdue, what tasks are completed, and all of that, all of that. And I also did set up automations. So some of the automations I set up were these. When a status changes to not started, it assigns to someone. So this is actually turned on. So if I go back to the build, go back to the main table, and then I turn this to not started, the automation is actually going to run. So it has assigned the task to somebody. If you can see, I turned it to not started, and because this is actually the person that is supposed to handle the task, so it automatically assigned this task to him. He is the person that is supposed to be notified whenever a task is marked as not started. So if I decide to do this again, mark the status of the task as not started, you can wait and see. Let me move this. It has automatically assigned an owner. So this is one of the automations that I set up, and you can see that it is working properly. Let me put it again because, and again, if a task is completed, it marks the next task that has a dependency as not started and also assigns an owner to it. So I mark this task as completed. This one completed. This is the first task I think in this phase. I marked it as completed, and then it's, let me close this so that you can see that this is a subtask. These are actually subtasks. So when this task was completed, the next task, not the subtask, the next task would be marked as not started, because if a task is completed, then the next one should begin. So the first task in the second phase, that is the project delivery phase, has been marked as completed, and it's turned on the task that should follow. It marked it as not started, and then it assigned an owner automatically. So these are some of the automations that I built for this, and you can see that they are working. Yeah, this is where the master projects board is actually where the team sees all the active jobs at a glance, right? The master project board, the team goes there, and then all the tasks that the team is working on, all the projects that the team is managing concurrently is seen here. This is where they go to view it at a high level without the need to go into the individual dashboards. Because if they have a lot of projects running concurrently, they don't need to be going in and out. So they just come to the master view to see everything. And again, we have the sub project board. Like I said, this is where we have multiple sub projects or even site activities. For example, survey, construction, handover, all of this can be seen here in the sub project board. And again, we have the workflow board. In the workflow board, this is where you see all the detailed tags, all the dependencies, the owners, the deadlines, and the statuses that are used by the team to actually execute work. And note that, like I said earlier, this workflow board is actually mirroring other boards. It's mirroring the sub-project boards. It's also mirroring the status from the sub-project board. So it's going to be updating everything here. And I also added formulas. These two tags are actually in progress. These two tags here, and then when it's in progress, I mean when the project status is in progress, then it marks it as 50 when it's completed, 100 when it's not started, 34, like that. So this is just a snippet of this project that I built, and it's really interesting. And then one improvement that I made was to build a formula that actually gives more accurate reporting. I think I have shown you that the formula gives accurate reporting. If a task is not started, it assigns it as 0%. If it's completed, 100%. If it's in progress, 50%. So this shows more realistic progress at the project and sub-project levels. And also the dashboard view shows the project progress overview, the sub-project completion, the tasks completed to date, and a lot. Now, I built the system to scale. when the team gets a new project, they duplicate the sub project and the workflow pair, and also link it to the new master project role. So everything updates automatically. And in the next version, this can be fully automated using make.com. So that's the workflow system. It's designed to be clean, to be scalable, and to be easy for the team to use, even if they are not highly technical. If you would like a system like this customized for your business, or if you want to integrate automation tools like make.com, Airtable, or Gmail to extend this workflow, I'll be happy to help. Or if you're in need of a project manager who has high proficiency in the use of project management tools like monday.com, Asana, Trello, ClickUp, or even Notion, then I'll be happy to jump in and watching. Bye.